Hello guys, welcome to another driving test video. So this was a test at Hither Green Driving Test Center on Monday the 6th of June 2022 at 9:37 a.m. in the morning. Test was a pass with just two minor faults, so only two driving faults. And it was a good one. Actually, examiner was quite impressed with the level of driving of this learner, and I was quite impressed as well. So yeah, it was a good one. So of course it would only be few things to comment on since this was a pass and very little faults on it, but we'll see whatever we can pick up on in the video and see what you can actually improve on during your test. So stay tuned and let's get through the video. Remember that if there is any specific location that you would like to go and practice on in this video, that the code or the geocode or the coordinates on the top right of this video is actually usable. So if you enter these coordinates on your sat nav, so be it Google Map, TomTom, Waze, whatever the software you use, just enter this code exactly as it is and it will take you to the exact location. Keep that in mind. It is very common for learners to not notice the junction ahead. So keep this in mind, there is a junction there, although the lines are not very visible. So look out for it. Don't forget, it's a crossroad. So observe all around carefully and plan accordingly. The junction ahead of you is very narrow, so I often recommend and advise learners to keep well to the left just to give the other road users turning into the road enough room to turn safely. Now remember that if you're turning right here and then turning left into the road ahead of you, make sure you slow down a lot, below 5 miles an hour, to give you enough time to steer and turn safely, especially if there is any car at the junction. Now, keep this in mind that when there are cars at that junctions, you might not actually be able to turn into the road safely, especially if the car is positioned more to the right hand side of their lane. And if this is the case, consider stopping and waiting for that car to leave that junction before you then turn. Unless if, of course, like some would do, would keep well enough behind to allow you to turn safely into the road. So don't rush yourself at this junction. Plan ahead and prepare on what you're going to do. So look ahead, plan ahead. If it is safe, you should be stopping for pedestrians crossing or waiting to cross at junctions, and he did just that. So, well done. hours of operation for the bus lane ahead is 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning and 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the afternoon or the evening. So keep this in mind and remember that if your driving test is after 10 a.m., then you should be using the bus lane. So remember though that you should always look out for the bus time yourself because these does change every now and then. Especially sometimes bus times can actually change 2 to 3 times on the same road. Why that is, I don't know. But yeah, you may have to call TFL to find out. So yeah, but if you don't use the bus lane, would you fail? Well, it's not an automatic one, but the problem would be that if you're sitting in the right lane and there are now other road users undertaking you on the left, this is where problem comes knocking on your door. So if you don't want to deal with that stress, then look out for the time and just use the bus lane. Or if you're not sure though what the time is, you are better off keeping away from it. Stay out of it, but just make sure that you're making progress in the right lane. And as soon as it is open, get yourself back to the left. Or sorry, as soon as the bus lane is ended, then get yourself to the left lane. But hey, don't forget, look out for the time. As usual, plan ahead. Turning left into this road used to be a 40 mile per hour sign right here. But for some reason, I'm just noticing in this video that that has been sprayed off. So the question is, should you be doing 40 miles when you turn left into this road? I would probably say no. The last sign you saw before turning was 30. So keep to that 30 until you see any other sign telling you otherwise. Now, right here, you can see there's a 40 hidden beneath the tree there. So this would have been the point where you can now drive over 30 miles per hour. But unfortunately, you cannot at the moment because there's a roadwork ahead and the speed limit is going to be 20. So don't forget, observe the temporary speed sign until you get to the end of it. Now I will show you ahead again where the 40 starts because again, the 40-mile sign is hidden beneath the tree again. Yeah. Keep in mind that because the road is merging ahead and the right lane is going to be merging into the left, some drivers may be trying to rush to jump in ahead of you because of the sign on the roof. So they don't want to be behind a learner. So keep this in mind. Check your mirror on the right so that you are aware of what the driver on your right is intending to do so you can plan accordingly. Always do this whenever the road is merging. If the road is merging from the left, then check your left mirror. And if the road is merging from the right, then do the same. Check your right mirror. Keep this in mind. So here is where the roadwork ends, and right underneath this tree is where the 40-mile sign is. So at this point, make progress. As you enter this roundabout, make sure to keep well to your left and do not straddle lanes. Ahead of you, there's going to be a slip road on the left, and the lane is going to be opening to 3 lanes going straight ahead at the light. Now, you want to stay next to the line on your left, but don't cross it as you're not exiting. Now, you don't want to be in the middle lane, because as you pass the light, the lane goes back into 2 lanes, and many people will be trying to get into the left and the right lane. And if you're not experienced enough with this road, you may struggle. So, lane discipline, keep to the left and you'd be just fine. So, up until this point, he had no fault at all. But unfortunately, as he took the slip road to exit this dual carriageway, he had the first fault. Now, what was it? So, as he took this slip road here, and it is a common thing, he slows down quite too much because there's a 30 miles an hour sign ahead. But this was still quite far away, and it was just too early to be slowing down and dropping the speed to 30 or so miles an hour. And because of this, he had the first fault. Remember that when you exit the slip road, that other drivers behind will still be driving quite at a fast speed, and slowing down too early can be dangerous. And this is why you've got to keep up the speed and then reduce the speed accordingly as you approach the roundabout. Also remember that as you turn into this road, you should be going into the middle lane because the left lane is turning left only. And as you cross the traffic light, make sure you are going into the left lane because the left lane is turning left only, which means that the left lane after the traffic light is now your lane. So look ahead and look out for the floor markings. Now, I've had 2 fails previously in the past month, and these were just merely because of learners not picking up the floor markings and then turning and using the wrong lanes to go ahead as well as turning as well. So keep this in mind. Look out for the floor markings. Remember that because this road is a wide open road and it's long for that matter, you are going to feel very slow because now the speed limit is 20 miles an hour. So don't get carried away. Don't feel too slow to the point that you think you need to go past the speed limit. I've had a fail once here at 24 miles an hour. So behave yourself, keep within the speed limit, and you'll be just fine. At the end of the day, remind yourself you don't have to get to any destination other than the test center, and no one is giving you any time to arrive. So just drive and get yourself to the test center safely, and you'll be passing your test at the end. Don't forget the giveaway line ahead and give way to vehicles coming from your right. And at the roundabout ahead was where we had the second fault. So as he gets to the roundabout, he was waiting for the motorcycle as well as the cyclist. So I guess, just worrying too much about giving priority to cyclists here. But at this point, we could have gone because we actually got to the roundabout first before those other road users got to the giveaway line as well. But anyways, it wasn't a big deal. It was a minor fault and it happened. So yeah, that was where we got the undue hesitation. So at this point, they are now heading back to the test center, and as you can see, this was a beautiful driving test. And using the examiner's board, he said, unfortunately, it was such a shame because you could have actually had no driving fault at all, and this was a good drive. That was what he said. So yeah, very impressed, and it was actually a good one because I know what the learner is capable of, and I'm pleased that he didn't let nerves take advantage and take the best of him. So remember, keep yourself calm, relax, and show your best. You can do it. It's only a drive around. It's always easier than your driving lessons. Trust me. All you've got to do is just be normal, drive normal, keep safety in mind, and be realistic. Be practical. And that's all it is. If you make it seem any bigger than it is, that's when you're going to make mistakes. That's when you'd only be focusing on one particular thing that you're thinking of, not actually what you're looking at, but what you're thinking of. And most of the time, what you're thinking about or what you're thinking of may actually not be what you need to be focusing on at that time. So keep that in mind. So yep, this is the end of this video. As you can see, coming towards the test center now remember, if you like this video or if you enjoyed this video, if you find this video useful, don't forget, click the like button. This would really help me, and it will let other learners like yourself see this video. And remember, if you haven't yet subscribed, please click the subscribe button. It would definitely help me, and that would encourage me to upload more videos if you want to see more videos like this. So yep, that would be the end, and as you can see, that's me waiting gently and anxiously for the result. So yep, thanks for watching, and I hope that you find this very useful. If you have any questions, don't forget, leave the comment below as well. I'll try my best to get back to you. So yep, have a lovely day and take care.